Good afternoon. Thank you all so much for coming. We are excited to share with you this afternoon some very wonderful young talent. We enjoyed a very busy day yesterday, starting about 7:30 in the morning until 8 o'clock at night, listening to all of these wonderful young pianists who have all worked so hard to prepare for this event, and today we are celebrating their talent. I know you will enjoy all of the performances that are scheduled for this afternoon. One of the things that makes this particular competition, I think, unique and so much fun is that we recognize every single student who participates. We give each one of them a medal, we give them a beautiful certificate, we give them these wonderful judges' comments that will help improve their playing, and we give them a piece of sheet music that's signed by me. And we are so indebted to our support, the donors that we have. You will see, if you happen to pick up one of these programs out in front, you will see in the back of that program a list of various individuals and companies who have helped to make this particular competition successful and allows us to go on from year to year. This is the 6th year of the Dennis Alexander competition. And without the support of our wonderful donors, it would not be possible to continue. And if there's anybody out in the audience today who would like to help support this competition in the future, know that we would more than welcome your check, right? And if you would like to be in touch with us, you can also go to our website for the competition. It's simply DennisAlexanderPianoCompetition.com, and you can let our artistic director know that you would like to contribute. I want to just mention, before we get into other announcements, a few people who have been particularly supportive and very, very helpful this year. We are so grateful to PianoWorks here in our community for bringing over a 9-foot concert grand at absolutely no cost so that these young performers could perform at the competition yesterday on a 9-foot instrument, but they didn't even charge us for moving. So we're very, very indebted to them. We also, this year, had a contribution from Yamaha Keyboard Incorporated in Los Angeles. I even managed to get a wonderful contribution from a teacher in Ohio who has known me for many, many years, and she had heard about the competition, and she called me and she said, "Dennis," she said, "I want to help. What can I do? Can I send some money?" And I said, "Oh my goodness," I said, you don't even live in this state. Why would you do that? And she said, "Well, because I believe in young people and I believe in their talent." And so I said, "Well, my goodness, that would just be wonderful." So Lucy Chu, who also has a wonderful company called Easy Notes, and you'll see it on the back of your program. And she makes all of these wonderful things for young students to help them learn music and flashcard drills and all kinds of very, very creative things. But I thank Lucy. I also thank Stephen Paternoster at Scholars, who gave all of the judges and some of the rest of us a fantastic dinner Friday night. Stephen is always so generous. And I also today would like to give special recognition to a new donor who moved here I think about a year and a half ago, a very, very special woman. And her name is also in the program. She is such a believer in supporting young talent. that she gave us a truly generous check for $2,000. And I want you to know who she is. Her name is Mary Israel, and she is here today. And if she would not mind standing up, would you give her a big round of applause? Mary? We thank you so much, Mary. I would like to introduce to you the person who made this whole thing possible from the very, very beginning. This was her brainchild. She is also the owner and director of the New Mexico School of Music, where we host the competition. And many of you, I know, already know her, but without Tatiana Petruskaya, this whole thing would never have happened. And she continues to work behind the scenes to make sure that everything is just right. For instance, the flowers that you see, the banner that you see, the school that she provides for the competition, all the practice rooms, the warm-up rooms, everything is really it's done so special because of her. So, Tatiana, would you please come out? Welcome, Tatiana Petruskaya.
Like each parent is so happy parent when the child is growing. So I'm very, very happy. I consider myself like musical parent of Denis Alexander piano competition. And I'm very, very happy that it's already 6th year and still keep growing. So we hope we'll have wonderful competitions for many, many years. Thank you.
You know, this year we had a record number of participants in the competition. We had decided previously to do it in one day, thinking that this would be entirely possible to do. And then we ended up with 57 young contestants. So we had a long day, but we managed to get it all done in one day. We also have a new artistic director of the competition, and I would like to introduce her to you. She is also our official photographer as well. And I'd like for you to meet Kristen Whitlow and give her a warm welcome. She'd like to say just a few words. Kristen?
Thank you, Dennis, and thank you to all of the parents and the families, the judges, and to Tatiana and all of the teachers who participated in the competition this year. It was my first time directing and sort of running the show, and I say sort of because I had a tremendous amount of help behind the scenes. Members of my family were helping. One of the judges helped me bring in things from the reception today. Tatiana was an enormous help in handing over the reins, but also showing me how to do things, and Dennis did a lot of things for the competition. So it was truly a team effort. So thank you all for your participation, and we hope to see you next year. Thank you.
Of course, this whole thing wouldn't happen either without wonderful judges that we managed to get every single year. And this year, I'm particularly grateful not only to our judges, but for the fact that they were all willing to stay over and be here today for this recital. This rarely ever happens. I did not expect them to be here, but last night they said, oh yes, we want to be here. So I want to introduce them to you. For those of you who did not meet them yesterday at the competition, I want to introduce Kim Bacham first. Kim, would you please stand? I'm just going to say a few words about Kim. If you happen to have this particular program, you can read about all of our judges in detail and learn about their wonderful experience and backgrounds. But Kim holds professional degrees in piano performance from Montana State University, Western Michigan University, and also the AIM Opera and Leader program in Graz, Austria. And I might mention that I have known Kim for many, many years. She was in Montana when I was teaching at the University of Montana in Missoula. She lived in Livingston, Montana, and was a real Montana girl, but now she's a New Mexico girl, and we're so happy to have her here. She moved here from Ohio last year and is currently living in Taos and becoming very, very involved in the musical scene there. I want to introduce Dr. Daniel Cummings. Daniel, would you please stand? Dan has a DMA in composition from UCLA. He is a very prolific composer. He's a conductor. He's a pianist. He's an organist. He has done things like conducting luminaries like the Boston Brass, international trumpet virtuoso James Lindemann, legendary guitarist Angel Romero. He's been active in opera and musical theater. He served on the faculties of the Hawaii Performing Arts Festival. The list goes on and on. You can read about him in your program some more. I also want to introduce to you Dr. Timothy Burns. Timothy, please stand. Timothy holds degrees in piano performance, music theory, pedagogy, and collaborative piano from Duquesne University in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and the Eastman School of Music in Rochester, New York. Studied with Carol Channing Kahn, David Allen Ware, and Jean Barr. He's performed in a variety of very exciting collaborative and solo settings throughout the United States and Canada. He served as staff accompanist for the 2010 King Award competition, and he currently serves as supervisor of piano accompanying at Colorado State University in Fort Collins. All three of these judges worked tirelessly, all day long, writing comments for every single student, and I know that everything they shared with these kids will be appreciated, but not only by the student, but by their teachers as well, as ways to improve their playing, make them even better than they already are. So, with that said, we are ready to begin.